Well, welcome back here on this Sunday afternoon. You know, we know there are a lot of you out there who love talking about weather and love complaining about the weather, but I thought what better last segment than to talk about the weather. We've got meteorologist Bill Spencer, also meteorologist Ross Ellett with us here for our last segment here on the Roundtable. We are entering Severe Weather Awareness Week, Bill, and month for that matter. And as we get into these patterns, what are some of the key things people need to watch for?
Well, first of all, know the difference between a watch and a warning, because you're going to hear that a lot during severe weather season. Tornado watch, severe thunderstorm watch, conditions favor the formation. Whatever storm we're talking about, keep the radio on, keep the TV on, do what you normally do. Don't get upset, stay calm. But if a warning is issued, make sure you know what to do with your family, your pets. Make sure you have a safety plan, because a warning means a tornado or a severe thunderstorm is going to happen or is happening.
Yeah, and Ross, we saw this week they tested the tornado sirens, and I think people become complacent. They think, you know, oh, that's just something they do every year, but a good reason to practice your safety drills.
Well, really right now is the time to have that severe weather safety plan in place. I mean, this is a great opportunity. You don't have a whole lot going on right now, still cold outside, but you don't want to deal with that as the tornado sirens are actually going off for the first time.
And earlier this week, you were showing people the weather apps that we have at 13abc.com as well. You were talking about weather radios, or maybe the days of old. That's what you focused on, but now you've got these apps.
Yeah, there's actually a no weather radio app, which is pretty neat. So it's the weather radio on your phone or iPad, but also 13ABC's got the live Doppler app. So everything that we're looking at in the Weather Center, we can actually get that on our phones now too, which is a really neat tool.
Bill, you were talking earlier this week, you said March and October are interesting months where you're going to get real varied weather, and we're seeing that already.
Oh, exactly. That's when the jet stream begins to change. The jet stream is a column of air right above us that controls storm intensity and storm movement. And in March and October, that's kind of like the transition. It can even go into April at times, depending upon the season.
Yeah.
So when you have a powerful jet stream, which has been causing our crazy weather the past few weeks, ice and snow and blizzards along the eastern seaboard, when that jet stream gets charged up, Mother Nature has to release the energy. When Mother Nature releases the energy, it can be snow, ice, and even tornadoes this time of year. So March and April are kind of like the changeover.
Yeah, and you know, folks at home, if you keep track of the weather, we are just a couple of weeks away from a one-year anniversary of seeing 80-degree temps here in the area. We had that warm spell last year. So I want to go back to this week in our last minute or so. And as you guys look at this weather pattern that we dealt with and the forecasting that went into it, we nailed the forecast, whether people want to admit it or not on Facebook, but we nailed down. But that storm, which hit the southern part of the state, was interesting nonetheless.
Well, it makes it really interesting for folks like myself and Ross and Jeff and Jay and Nicole and Kelly, the weather team, is the fact that it's a very fine line between nothing and a big storm. That's what creates the big storm. It's the power in the atmosphere. A weak storm is easy because it's an area of rain and light snow. But when you have the storm wrapping up, I know if Ross agrees, when it wraps up, it's tight, it's intense, creates all sorts of interesting challenges.
I appreciate both of you spending some time with us, and appreciate you being here with us on this Sunday as well. That is it for Roundtable on this Sunday afternoon. We'll see you next time.